This is a gadget that I'm still mad at myself for buying. And the thing was, it was kind of stupid, but it also reminds me why I love technology. I paid about $100 for this thing, and this little card is useless now. But when I got it, this was my digital credit card. This is Coin. I remember being so hyped to show this off to a coworker. We were at a McDonald's and I'm like, check it out. I got a digital credit card and I can pay with it instead of my wallet. And I tapped the button on the card, picked the one I wanted, swiped it through that card reader, and absolutely nothing happens. So I try it again, and still nothing. Now, thankfully, I was still thinking like a beta tester, and I had my original plastic card in my wallet. I pulled that out, swiped it, no problem. It was embarrassing, but I also got a glimpse of the future. Just a very buggy future. Today, I want to walk through Coin's messy life, the hype, delays, the misses, and why I feel strangely nostalgic for this thing, even though it's completely dead now. To understand why I got so excited about Coin, we have to go back to the early 2010s. In 2013 and 14, most merchants in the US were using the old school magstripe terminals. Chip and pin was a thought about it, but it's not here yet, and NFC was just a long thing down in the future. So we were swiping cards everywhere, signing little receipts, and then carrying around the George Costanza Overstuffed wallet. Even if you wanted something more modern, the infrastructure wasn't there yet. This really felt like a world that was ready for some kind of digital upgrade, but no one had it quite nailed down what it should look like. That's where Coin shows up. Coin was announced in November of 2013, and it launched in a crowdfunding style campaign where the pre-orders were $55 and the full price was $100. The pitch was so simple and very seductive. One single card that could hold all your other cards. No numbers printed on the front, no numbers printed on the back, and it would just work wherever regular cards worked. And if you're anything like me, that solved a very real problem. I had credit cards, I had debit cards, reward cards, discount cards. I had my MoviePass during its unlimited era. My wallet was looking a little bit ridiculous. Now, at the same time, Apple was cooking up its own version of digital payment. Apple Pay gets announced September 2014 and officially launches in the US in October of 2014. Apple Pay is saying your phone is your wallet now. But there's a catch. To use Apple Pay in stores, you need NFC terminals. And in 2014, most places in the US did not have those. So in that world, Apple Pay looked like the sci-fi future. But Coin was a practical solution. One card worked with all the terminals that we already have. Now, on paper, Coin really did feel like it solved multiple problems at once. The first was security. Like I said, there's no numbers on the card. Only the last four would be displayed on the screen. So if you hand your card over to a waiter and they disappear with it, they can't just write down your card number. Number two, you add coins with a special card reader that you slide into your phone, and the data is stored on the card itself, not floating around on a random server somewhere. That's reassuring. Then there's the everyday convenience. Instead of carrying around a stack of plastic, you have one slim card. You push the button, you pick the card you want, you swipe. No more digging through your wallet looking for the loyalty card or your debit card or whichever one you want. And honestly, the third thing, it solved a niche for a really cool tech gadget. Coin looked like something that came out of near-future sci-fi. Coin wasn't a dumb idea. It was clearly trying to solve real human annoyance that fit into the world we were actually living in. The reality of using Coin, well, the problem was the reality. Even though Coin was announced in 2013, the production really didn't start broadly shipping till around April 2015. By that point, the payment world had already started shifting underneath its feet. Chip and pin was starting to roll out to more merchants. The original Coin does not have a chip in it at all. So we knew going in that the first Coin was not future-proof, that there was a built-in clock as to how useful this would be. And then there's the performance. Remember that McDonald's story? That wasn't a one-off. When the Coin worked, it felt magical, but it didn't reliably work enough to replace a traditional card. Some readers would take it, some readers wouldn't. Sometimes you had to swipe it just right at the speed or angle. It became one of those 60% of the time, it works all the time kind of gadgets. And because of that, I still had to carry around my backup plastic everywhere I went. So instead of replace your wallet, coin became maybe this will work. It went from this is my new default to this is a pretty cool party trick, but I don't trust it to work. And while all of that was happening, Apple Pay was slowly doing things in the background. After the October 2014 launch, Apple started signing with major banks and big name retailers. And then NFC terminals started rolling out faster because now there was clear consumer use case. People wanted to tap their phones and just go. I remember being part of a small credit union, practically begging them to add Apple Wallet support to their credit and debit cards, and eventually they did. The transition from we don't support this to you may now use Apple Pay was happening faster than the full life cycle of Coin. This is when it clicked. Coin was trying to digitize the card, while Apple Pay was trying to digitize the wallet. Once the fancy old school card emulator like Coin died, the other, was using NFC and tokenization as the future. By the time that Coin started shipping meaningful quantities, the world had already moved on to the idea of what digital payments should really look like. And Coin's actual product life ended up being really short. You got the 2013 announcement, early hype, shipping finally in 2015, and then in May of 2016, Fitbit steps in and acquires Coin for their payable technology, their IP. They take the platform, they take the team, they take the know-how, they don't take the product. Fitbit's goal was pretty clear. They wanted to buy up a tap-to-pay inside of the Fitbit, not all the quirks of a small, smart credit card. After the acquisition, Coin stopped selling cards, and then in February of 2017, Coin shuts down its app. The servers go away, the support starts ending, and at this point, you are no longer able to add new cards to the Coin, and the battery is sealed inside of it for a estimated 2-year lifespan. Mine still has some life in it, but that's mainly because I stopped using it. So the servers are down, you can't add a new card when your card expires, you can't change anything, the app doesn't work, and from what I can tell, no one's tried to hack or to save the Coin. The Coin didn't die because nobody cared about digital payment. It died because the market moved on and left it behind. Old hardware wasn't the way to do it. We wanted something new. Fitbit bought the engineers and the code, but not the dream. So, yeah, I paid $100 for a gadget that is completely useless. It's absolutely my biggest tech regret, but again, I'm weirdly proud of this. Because Coin reminds me that I was, and still am, the kind of person who gets irrationally excited when a stupid gadget shows up to try to fix my everyday problem. And I think we need more of that energy right now. We're in an era where every phone looks like the same slab of glass, everything's super polished, but super safe, super iterative. And at the same time, we're seeing a new risk of risk-taking with AI agents and experimental devices like the Rabbit R1 and weird form factors like the Trifold. People are at least trying to think of how we do stuff. Do I think it's all going to work out? No, but I am glad that people are trying. Coin was a flop, but it was a sincere slop. And if it was an honest attempt, at least, to try to solve a problem I have. And if you're an early adopter of Coin, you probably still have one. So some people have a gadget that just completely face-planted and didn't work. And I want to hear your biggest tech regret in the comment. Tell me the thing that you backed or bought or evangelized to your friends that absolutely did not work out. Because yeah, sometimes you waste $100. But other times, you earn something that's a weird experiment and just becomes the next big thing. And I'd rather live in a world where we keep trying dumb, ambitious ideas, like Coin, than a world where we play it safe and tech stops being fun.